back from the weekend, guys. We know today is all about getting ready for those midterm elections, and I'm sure you're coming off just watching our world news and state news on the update.
Yep.
We went
Loaded it up today.
All of the facts.
Yes.
All of them. You got so many propositions in there. We broke down so many candidates. So even though this is our entertainment show and this is our chill time and our favorite chill spot to talk all things entertainment, well, hey, you know, whoever's leading our government can have a little something to do with how chill it can be. So, you know, so make sure to do that. But for right now, let's jump into a little box office. What you guys think? Huh?
Let's do it.
Let's see the top 10.
Did you guys see any movies this weekend?
I did not get to catch any movies,
No.
unfortunately.
Yep.
So we finally watched Bullet Train.
Oh,
That one's no longer
from the list about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know, right? But it was pretty dope. It was like super fun. Definitely an entertaining watch. And I did like what they did with the different cars, and they kind of seemed to have this like a little bit of a theme going on. They had certain characters that were more consistently in certain areas, you know, within the train. So yeah, it was a good watch. Anyone who hasn't seen it, definitely check it out. But that is not on the top 10 list anymore. But you know what is on the top 10 list? Hey, Halloween just kind of ended, but you know, these clowns, they've never been good at respecting boundaries.
Boundaries.
They don't know about boundaries. So they're locking in the top 10. They come in the number 10 spot. The film is called Terrifier 2. And it looks like this week they brought in another 1.2 million, and after looks like 5 weeks they're at 9.85 million.
Not too shabby, not too shabby.
I mean,
It does seem low for a top 10 overall earnings.
but that probably just goes to show like the impact of marketing and the studios and what they're able to do with all these big budget dollars. You know, because if you're in the top 10 with those numbers, you know, they're probably centering most of the attention around building up a few big blockbuster films that they've been pumped so much money into. So, like that number 1, which we'll get to a little later. But on to Daniel.
Knocking it out of the park.
On to number 9. We've got Halloween Ends.
Ooh.
As it did just end recently.
It never ends.
It's at number 9. We've got the scary ones dropping now that October's passed.
Yeah.
Brought in 1.4 million. It's at 63 million total, which is pretty good.
How many weeks?
It's been out 4 weeks. What does it say? 4 weeks?
Yep.
4 weeks out.
That's not bad.
63 mils.
Not
Hang on
bad.
to the top 10 for 4 weeks. I mean, that's no easy feat with all the new releases and stuff like that coming out.
Yeah, we'll see how that trilogy, how that franchise has ended
What a
up. I mean,
franchise.
we'll see if there's another one.
There probably will be. There probably
It
will
didn't
be.
end.
You know how it is.
That'd be the perfect name. Halloween. It didn't.
It
didn't.
You know how these guys are, man. Like, I mean, you got to imagine, like, it would be pretty tough to retire if you were that successful in the scary people game. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be quitting.
He's legendary. And moving on at that number 8 spot is the movie Till. It was last week, it was in the number 6 spot. And over the weekend, it brought in just over $1.8 million. So not too bad there. It has been on the top 10 for the last 4 weeks as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, have you guys seen this one yet?
I have not.
No, I did a little bit of I studied a little bit about the story it was based on, you know, because I was really interested in seeing that, so that when I do see the film, I can kind of, you know, do a little bit of comparing and contrasting.
Yeah, good way to go at it.
You know, with how authentic the adaptation is on screen. You know, so very powerful story.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, man, tragic, powerful, emotional, like. Definitely something I think is going to tug at all of our heartstrings when we see it if we haven't already.
Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see if that moves up the list, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It might, now that Halloween films are kind of wrapping up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do we got next?
Now on to number 7. The Banshees of... Ooh, I don't even know how to say this. Inisherin?
Inisherin.
The Banshees of Inisherin brought in $2 million.
I thought they were called State Farm. Insurance. Insurance.
The Banshees of Insurance.
Sounds like a good band.
Are you in good hands?
Hey, this one's been out for 3 weeks. It's brought in $3 million.
Wow.
Brought in $2 million last weekend though. That's pretty crazy. Moved up from 13.
That's a big jump.
It jumped.
Big old
Yeah.
jump.
So maybe this is one to go see.
That's always a good indicator.
Yeah.
It didn't start at the top.
No, it didn't. For
from the
sure.
bottom.
Sure didn't start at the top.
Cast looks awesome. I mean, I love Colin Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Farrell's the dude. Brendan Gleeson's super dope too. I'm trying to think. What was that film that Colin Farrell was like an assassin, and he was like the head of almost like the head of all the assassins. Oh man,
All assassins.
it was so sick. I have to remember which one that is, but that's all right. It's not on the box office. So, moving on to number 6. Well, we got our fun friend that you might not want to tease, but maybe give him a toothbrush. Remember Bobby Boucher? Bobby Boucher's mom was saying that alligators are so angry because they got all them teeth, but they don't got no toothbrush.
Accurate.
Mom said. So, anyways, Lyle Crocodile.
Hey.
You know, we've all had that imaginary friend. We all thought, we would love to see him come to life. Well,
He was real.
he was real.
He was real, alright.
He was real.
He was real, Daniel.
He was
He was
real.
real.
He's still on birthday hangover mode, so not an alcohol hangover, just the weekend. He's still in the playground.
Just all the good times.
I love it,
There you
dude. I love it, dude. I love it. Hell yeah. So we had Lyle Crocodile at number 6, I believe.
That's a fun one.
And where did that come in for the weekend? How much did they bring in?
Looks like just
3.3 million.
Yep.
36.5 total million.
How
Nice.
many
pretty
weeks?
good.
It's been what does it say? 5 weeks.
5
Nice.
weeks.
Good
Okay.
job hanging in
Solid.
there.
It looks like a fun movie. Look at him on
Yeah.
the motorcycle.
You know, they really do. The studios and all filmmakers in general, I think, are really doing a solid job at making these films that the kids are glued to,
Yes.
but that the adults can also enjoy.
Yes.
Like I remember, like when I was growing up. Now I'm born in 1985, so like in the late 90s, when I was watching all my cartoons, Ninja Turtles
Yes.
and Spider-Man. I was really into Masters of the Universe, with Skeletor and all them. But there really weren't a ton of animated films back then that the adults would also get really into. But I think I remember, so Disney has always kind of done their thing. I mean, even going back to the original Lion King, Aladdin, these are
Anyone can watch those
Yeah.
and enjoy.
solid classics for anybody, like Little Mermaid, all those. But then I'm gonna say my guess would be maybe like Finding Nemo.
Yeah, like the Pixar movies.
Yeah,
They
that's-
definitely have that whole area where it's, fun for the adults and the kids.
Yeah.
They do an amazing job at that.
The Toy Story franchise.
Yes.
Oh
Dude.
yeah, those are amazing.
So, but I like what they're doing now because this is like a live action film, but with a CGI friend. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a real crocodile that they got?
Oh man.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
The crocodile's
Maybe.
real. Your friend is real.
it
I
might
swear,
be.
I was-
We're not crushing his world today.
Anyway,
Santa Claus is almost here.
moving to number 5. We've got Pray for the Devil. It was number 3 last weekend. Number 5 now. Brought in 3.8 million. Another scary one. 13.6 million total in 2 weeks. That's not bad.
That's not bad. I mean,
Very solid horror film right there.
Especially for the horror films. What do you
Yeah.
guys think? Do you think horror films are getting better, worse? Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because sometimes I feel like sometimes they get cheesier a little bit.
I personally enjoy when they don't use like cheap jump scares to get you or loud sounds.
yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, there's been some good horror movies coming out though. That like personally, I can remember Hereditary is one of my recent favorites.
Okay.
That one's crazy.
Okay. So on that note, I have to say, I think a trend that I've seen the last few years that I'm a huge fan of, and I think this can be evidenced by their gross profit numbers. But filmmakers like Key and Peele, right? They do these films and essentially push the entire envelope and make you question all sorts of modus operandis, that have been like all of life. You're just like, okay, yeah, if you're just like plugged in, and it makes you take a step back, get a little bit more conscious again, maybe in your awareness of what's going on in the world, draw some social commentary around, hey, like, is this something that maybe we want to think about? Do we maybe want to even just maybe by witnessing something going on in the world, even if we're not participating, does that make you think more about maybe doing something? I just think it's amazing. I think these psychological boundaries getting pushed in films, making people actually not just jump.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually, that's like that real life fear.
Yeah.
Like someone understands how to get to you on not just a physical level. So I'm all about it. I love what they're doing with those, but yeah, I'm not a big jump scare fan myself.
Jordan Peele's definitely doing his thing in horror.
All right, moving on to the number 4 spot, and it was number 4 last week, and it's been staying in there, you guys. It is Smile, which brought in an even $4 million over the weekend. Is that possible?
On the dot.
On the dot.
Wow.
This one has been in theaters for 6 weeks now. So, and the total brought in is just over $99 million.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That might have beat Bullet Train.
Oh.
Because remember we were talking about Bullet Train. They were on that quest to top 100 million in the first month, and they got ever so close. They might have topped that number after the month, but it's right there. If it's not beating them, it's right there.
Yeah, this one looks like a really good movie to see.
Yeah, I've been saying I want to see this.
Yeah,
I haven't
same.
got the chance.
That
Maybe
looks
this
It looks so
weekend.
creepy too.
that looks like a psychological kind
That's
of
right.
thriller right there.
Yes.
That's my genre. I love that genre.
Yes. Psychological.
Awesome.
All right, in number 3, dropping down 1 spot, you've got Ticket to Paradise. Brought 8.5 million this weekend. 46.7 million total in 3 weeks.
Not bad. Julia Roberts
Yeah.
and George Clooney. I mean, how can you not love them?
That's about what you can expect from those two. They're legends.
Heavy hitters.
Looks like they got 2 tickets to paradise. Singers all day. Number 2 looks like it's a one-piece film.
Ooh.
Red.
I wonder what that means.
Okay.
Well,
There's going to be more colors.
You know,
more colors to
Or
come.
I mean, it looks like this color grading and this sketching and this animation style, it looks very similar to me of some projects I've seen from maybe, not exactly like a Hayao Miyazaki or a Studio Ghibli, but, you know, maybe something kind of in between like Last Airbender and maybe. Not that I'm an expert in anime or animation, but that's just what I'm getting.
This one's got to be good though. I've seen the show. I've seen some of the show. I mean, there's like 1,000 episodes. There's no way to see all of that, but
and it looks like
a good movie. The show is very entertaining.
Oh, I've never
characters
seen
are fun.
I've never seen it.
It's this kid that strives to be the greatest pirate on Earth.
Wow.
And is looking for the One Piece, which is the treasure.
Oh.
It all makes
And he's
sense
just
now.
gathering his crew.
Wow. That's cool.
It's a pretty cool story. I'll probably go see that movie. I love the animation too. It's awesome. Animes are cool ones, especially when they're all fighting and stuff.
Oh,
the
yeah.
action scenes, the way they draw those is beautiful.
The way they can do so much more now with animation. A lot of times I feel like, especially if I'm watching like a Hayao Miyazaki production or a Studio Ghibli, I feel like those films communicate so much deeper than a live action film. I don't know why. I think it's just like, I think that the creators found that just that melodic balance between the music and the action and the tempo of the story and like, you know, the contrast between the characters and the story, obviously, you know, hitting when it needs to hit. Yeah, huge fan of that. Looks like Crunchyroll distributors have done their job. 9.475 million in just 1 week.
First week.
That's the
nice.
first
bad.
week.
Not bad.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, considering some of our top 10 are, you know, not
Yeah.
far off that for their gross sales.
One, yeah, like I think 5 weeks, and
Yeah,
there was a
like-
film only at maybe 8 or 9 million after 5 weeks.
Mhm.
Oh, I think it was the
Terrifier
clowns.
2. Terrifier
Yeah, I
2
think
is
they're-
at
yeah.
I don't wanna-
1.8
I don't-
5 weeks.
I don't want to make too much fun of them, of the clowns, because I'm afraid of what they might do. But
Sleeping with one eye open.
onto that coveted number 1 spot for the
Number
week.
1.
Woo! What do you got?
Black Adam.
Okay. The Rock.
Bring it in.
18.5 million again.
How
This
many
past
weeks?
weekend. It's been 3 weeks. Only 3 weeks. And listen to this number. 1,375,000.
That's 100.
Oh, 137 million. Holy smokes. Way more than 1 million.
Just a decimal
A
point.
little bit
That's
more.
all.
I mean, it
No
did,
biggie.
I don't think they
18.5 this past weekend.
I think-
137
Crazy.
million total.
And it's only, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's huge.
Raking in the numbers, just dusting by those other movies coming out. I mean, this one has a huge audience.
Pop quiz. What other film was The Rock in recently that was on our top 10 for a few weeks? With one of his favorite co-stars.
Kevin Hart.
Yep.
Kevin Hart.
Oh.
Was he on the
What?
Super Pets?
Secret
Oh,
He
the
was on the
Secret Life of
The League.
Superhero
The
Pet
League.
DC's League of
Of
Super
Super
Pets.
Pets, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was The Rock and Kevin Hart. Yep.
The
So-
Rock's
Not
killing it
realize
this
that.
year.
Dude, he's doing
Yeah.
his
He's always killing it.
he's doing his thing like for the last 20 years, dude. Like, but now he is like he's that dude, you
Yeah.
know? He is that main dude.
He's killing it.
So
He saved the world a million times.
And
He'll do it
then-
again.
You guys, what is not on our list this week? Do you guys know? That was in
oh,
the
the
top
Woman
10.
King.
Yes.
The Woman King
For
dropped
the
to number
first
11.
Time. Yeah, not in that top 10.
How
They
many
did
weeks has it
great.
been now? Yeah, he was
For-
there for a while.
The Woman King, it was 8 weeks.
And total gross so far?
It says 65 million. Just under 65 million.
Okay.
So,
So
Well-
it was in the top 10 for 7 of those weeks.
It sure
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very exciting stuff. Tons of incredible films. Just came out of the Halloween season. We're heading quickly toward Christmas. Will Ferrell, of course.
yes,
He'll
Ryan
shine.
Reynolds. Yeah.
You know, they're doing their thing, getting us ready for the holiday season. So that's going to wrap it up for us on the top 10 today box office breakdown on Hubby. It's our favorite chill spot to talk all things entertainment. Taking this short break today amidst all the election fun. So make sure you go out there, have a blast, keep your eyes up, just enjoy yourself, and get those votes in. And when you get home, maybe add a few movies to that watch list. I don't know.
There you go.
But that's going to do it for us, folks. Thanks for stopping by.
See
Bye.
ya.
Go vote.
We'll catch you next time on The Hubby.